Welcome everyone to the War Thunder game. My name is Iron Rifle and today it will be my third tips video for you. Today we will talk about some pre-battle interface, crew leveling time and how to do it a bit faster and more efficient. And there were also some questions regarding the crew skills, which I will cover at the end. So, starting off with the pre-battle interface. Let me pull a screenshot for you. Okay, here it is. So we get into the battle and it's a ground strike, Africa Kenyan. Well, I did into that battle. And as you can see here, for my Spitfire Mark 1 I do have some options. First one is weapons, second is camouflage, third is gun targeting distance in meters, then it's the bomb activation time, fuel amount, and where I will be spawning flying this aircraft. So, going from the top, some aircrafts have the option to actually mount some different equipment. As you can see here with my Hurricane Mark II, I do have option to strap two 250-pound bombs to it, or 6 rockets. Well, you never know in what type of mission you're going in, so it's a good thing that the game allows you to choose it at the battle screen, because as you can see here, I'm in the ground strike mission and I only have fighters, so I can be add use to my team by protecting the bombers, but also I can actually try to bomb some ground targets with those 250 bombs strapped to my Hurricane Mark II. So that will be your first choice and you can change it here. Second thing is the camouflage. Well, there isn't much of them as of right now, and you can find them all in your profile tab when you go to the skins tab. As you can see here, for my United States Air Force I do have unlocked 4 of them. The first one you can see here is for the A-20G Havoc aircraft, and it's for destroying the 30 ground units. The second one goes for the Kitty Hawk, and it's for player skill number 10. So yeah, they are pretty easy to unlock and you can unlock them by just playing the game. And the same goes for different nations. I get some from the British Air Force. I did get some unlocks by playing the British. I just recently focused on their line. So as you can see here, I did manage to unlock my first squadron Royal Air Force by killing 10 players for my Hurricane Mark II. So let's see where I can change it. I can change it right here in my hangar when I go to the hangar and choose paint. And as you can see here, I can choose from all of different patterns. Well, currently I'm using that one with some painting on it already. So that's your basic camouflage. You can change it or leave it. It's totally up to you. It doesn't affect gameplay, it doesn't affect your visibility. It's basically not working like the paid camouflage in the World of Tanks. So no, you won't have any advantage, it's basically just for you. So, back to the pre-battle screen. Next thing you see is guns targeting distance in meters, and that's pretty much this is your most important thing on this screen, because when you are flying fighter aircraft, this distance is the sweet spot when your bullets will cross when they are shot from your wings or from your nose or anywhere that your guns are actually mounted in. That's the sweet spot when they will do maximum damage. So let's say you are a stationary target, you are on the shooting range, and you have all of your 12 machine guns, and you are firing at one target. So at this distance of 600 meters, all of your shots will be perfectly on the bullseye. While you are on the more further away, let's say 800 meters, only the proportion of it will go to the target and hit the sweet spot of the bullseye. So you may be asking me what's the perfect targeting distance for me when I'm playing. Well, it will be different for each aircraft, because each aircraft have different turning time, each aircraft have different altitude on which it's operating. So this targeting distance should be adjusted to the plane and to your playstyle. Basically, with more maneuverable fast aircrafts, you want to go with the you can go with the closer targeting distance, like 400 meters, 300 meters. So that close, because you are maneuverable, you're way easier for you to get on your enemy tail and do some actual damage. With the long turning aircrafts like the, well, I will say that the British are in the mid tier of turning, because most of them have the turning time around 20 seconds. It's 20 seconds. The exception is Spitfire Mark 1 on rank 4, which had only 15 seconds of turn time. But this will need to be adjusted to your playstyle and to the turning time and speed of your aircraft. For the American fighters, you want to see with as long targeting distance as you can, because when you are diving on the enemy, your optimal range would be as farthest away, because you will put few shots and then you need pull up to actually not crash into the ground. But do remember this is only guns targeting distance, so all of your machine guns will act on, their performance will be the best on that range. It doesn't take into account your, well, what's it called? Cannons. Yeah, your cannons. As you can see while you play in the game, when you target someone and you get this little circle to shoot at, the place where he will be in the few seconds, you can see that when you are flying the aircraft with the machine guns, yes, it do appears at the 800 meters, 800 something meters. But when you are getting closer to it and you're getting close to your optimal guns targeting distance, the radical turns red, basically meaning that's the spot. Now you will do most damage to the enemy. But it don't consider all of the cannons. So with the cannons, when you target someone and you get to the range of the 800 meters, when you start seeing the radical at which you can shoot at, basically you can start firing, because guns don't have this optimal distance. Basically either you hit it with the gun or you don't. So that's it. Next thing is for all of you bomber pilots is the bomb activation time. Well, basically it's the timer on which the bomb hit the ground or hit the target, and you giving it time to actually go through the first layer of armor or the concrete in the case of the bunkers, and then explode. There was a bug in the game, I believe it still is, when you did set the activation timer on, I believe, 1 second, and you were destroying all of the ships. You can basically destroy, I believe, a battleship with only one 1,000-pound bomb. So they do need to work on that, but because when you did set the timer to, I believe, half a second, it basically was exploding inside the battleship. So an implosion, always a good thing, and it was destroying it. So I don't know if this is intended thing they did, or is unintended and they will remove it in some time. But for now, all of you bomber pilots, you can try using it to your advantage to actually save some bombs for other targets. Well, that's how it works. Next thing, you get your fuel amount. And you have few options there, from 5 minutes to, I believe, the 1 hour flight. Well, that's the another thing you need to think about. In arcade battles, well, this timer doesn't consider you, because you are just you have the unlimited amount of fuel. But what you can the situation you can find yourself in is when someone was shooting at you, and they managed to put a hole in your fuel tank, and you start leaking fuel. What I find that the most times the bigger leak I have took me like 7 minutes of my fuel, and then it stops. So I don't know if my pilot would just take a trip to the engine block and just plug the leak in the air, or the game actually thought that the leak can be closed. But yeah, the longest leak I have was 7 minutes. Another thing is, each liter you put into your fuel will weigh 1 kilogram, and more weight you have, the less maneuver your plane will be in the air. So that's the thing to think about. How much fuel do I need actually? Well, for arcade battles, I would say for all of the fighter pilots and ground attack aircrafts, go for 10 minutes. You will get some maneuverability in the air, you will turn better, you will get some speed faster, and even if you are shot through the fuel tank, well, for me it was 7 minutes. Maybe you guys find that it was some longer time or shorter time. Let me know, because I don't know. I did get 7 minutes of the fuel leak, the longest one. So I would recommend for all the fighter pilots, go for 10 minutes of fuel in the air. For bombers, well, it isn't that important for you. You are flying on the high altitude, and if the fighter is on your tail and he's a good fighter, well, you're screwed either way. So, and going for the last thing is your respawn. So where you will be spawning? Well, if I will be flying the bomber, I will be starting, as you can see on the map here, a bit back. Well, because you don't want to have your game won in the 5 minutes time, because when the long-range bombers would be starting with the fighters, well, there will be actually some collisions involved, I believe. And second thing, the bombers usually start at bit higher altitude, while the fighters start at, I believe, depending on the map, lower than all other aircrafts. So for bombers you start in the back, for fighters you start in the front. Pretty straightforward from that one. So that would be our pre-battle interface. I can put that picture away now, and going back to the game, and going for the crew leveling time. Well, how fast can you level up your crew? Well, someone was asking me how long it took me to level up my crew, if I was using the Golden Eagles or was I just playing the game. Well, I did use some Golden Eagles, yeah, I admit it, especially for my this first crew, which was initially flying the B-17s. Well, as you can see, it's 750 level as of right now. Well, I missed 3 points, but I do want it to have a pretty good gunners in that crew. So yeah, I did use all Golden Eagles. But if you are not using a golden eagles and you want to level up your crew pretty fast, what I do reckon you would be doing, well, let me just pull up some low level crew. Yeah, that will do. As you can see here, I only have 6 points to distribute between all of the skills I have in my pilot. Well, my pilot, not only the gunners, ground service, also counts towards my crew level. So each point I will put into repair speed, well, it will give me +1 level to my crew level. Each point I will put into the gunners, like the G tolerance for the gunners, yeah, it will also give me 1 more level. So basically each time you place this plus here, it will give you 1 more level. So when you are flying the fighter aircraft, you need to focus on all of your pilot skills, and I need to put points in it to be better fighter pilot. Well, at some point you will see that those skills will cost you like 10 to 15 points from the crew experience to actually upgrade it by 1, while you skip the gunner skills, it will only still cost 1 point. So when you are at level, let's say 150, or let's say, no, 150 is too high, let's say 85, and you do have 15 points in the crew experience from the last battle, and you are going for the pilot tab and thinking, okay, well, I won't be able to upgrade anything, everything costs so much. Well, go for the gunners, go for the ground service, and see which skill will give you more in the crew experience, in the crew level. So right here, well, I can see that my crew isn't trained that well, but let's see here. If I want to go for the vitality, it will cost me 2 points per skill, per upgrade. So yeah, only 2 points. Well, it will only give me, well, I did put some points into my gunners, yeah, so I can get only 3 levels here. Well, let me see if I can get some more levels with those 6 points elsewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already level 5. So yeah, I did get 6 level. If I did hit the apply button here, I will get +6 crew levels. 6 skills, 6 levels. So you always need to consider how you are training your crew, because going for the maximum pilot, like going for the keen vision to 50, visibility to 50, G tolerance to 100, and all others to their maximum potential, well, it will take you a very long time. And going for the qualification, as you can see here, for flying the reserve aircrafts, you only need the crew on the level of 100. So remember about that, because this crew level of 100 will give you a bonus to all your major qualifications in the amount of 30 points. As you can see, no, I don't want to apply those changes. As you can see here, my qualification in the Spitfire Mark 1 is only an expert, which is the first stage, and it gives me 30 points. So I don't need to invest that much into the keen vision and visibility to get this bonus. As you can see here, well, this crew isn't a great example because it was training for the bombers initially. So yeah, I did put some points in here, but as you can see, most of my skills now cost 10 to 15 crew experience to upgrade. Well, I don't counting those, because from here I'm just only going for the reload speed. Well, it was the bomber crew, so I didn't care about the repair speed, because I didn't think I would be ever able to land, and if I able to land, so those 30 seconds I can spend on the ground. So going back, you can train your crew pretty fast when you consider all of those tabs: ground service, gunners, and pilot. it will get you to the expert level of that aircraft pretty fast, and it's always a good thing to get some plus 30 points in your major qualification. So that will be for the crew leveling. Now the question that appears in some of the comments was is the fire accuracy and fire precision affect how my fighter aircraft is handling? Well, I will say no. Well, I did that test with my Spitfire Mark 1 right here. As you can see, there are some major points put into the fire accuracy and fire precision. There's those skills at the level of 55 points now, so they are way above any others. And still I didn't notice any difference between them and the crew on here, on the Hurricane Mark II. Pretty much the same crew, similar crew level, well, 100 point difference. Well, it isn't that much considering the pilot skills. But for the gunners and how the guns perform in the air, I didn't notice any difference. So, as I said, you can go, if you are flying the fighter aircrafts, go for some gunner skills, but only to improve your crew level. Don't think that when you improve your fire accuracy and fire precision, it will affect how well your fighters will perform. Because basically with your fighters, you are the gunner of that plane. You are the pilot and you are the gunner. So how well you will fire is basically determined by your skill on following the target. Nothing more there, nothing less. So that would be end of today's video. I do hope I help you guys, and I'm still helping you. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below this video. You can also find me on the Twitch TV. I usually stream at 5 PM. So find me there, find my broadcast, find my stream. Join me there, ask any question you like. If you have any immediate questions, ask me there. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like it. Well, there is a little button down the page to like it actually. So like it if you like. Please subscribe to my channel if you like the videos, if you like what I'm doing here. Well, that would be all for today. Iron Rifle out.